How to manufacture water supply or industrial valves, that is the manufacturing process of industrial or water supply valves. Ever wonder how industrial valves are made or water supply valves are made? In this video you can see how the valves are manufactured, how it is tested. You see the end of this video, you know the process of manufacturing valves, what difficulties involved in the manufacturing. This is the system, how the pipeline is complete with the valves. That is, the pipe system is not complete without valves, since safety and service lifespan are the top concerns in a pipeline process. It is crucial for valve manufacturers to deliver high quality valves. What is the secret behind high functioning valves? What makes them better in performance? Is it the materials? Do the calibration missions matter that much? The truth is, all of these matters. Before even understanding the minute details of the industrial or water supply valve, one need to know more about how valves are made. This includes 7 parts, which first we can see the order and design. First, a customer should put an order, whether that is a customized valve or something found in the list of already available valve designs. In the case of a customized one, the company shows a design to the customer. Once approved by the letter, the sales representative puts an order. The customer also provides a pre-defined deposit to the company. Next come to inventory. Once the placing of the order and the design commences, the manufacturing department will look for a raw materials for the stem, spool, body and bonnet. If there are insufficient materials, the manufacturing department will procure this material from suppliers. Then now come to completing the checklist. Once the materials are all present, the manufacturing team goes over the list again to ensure that everything is complete. It is also at this time that approval for the final draft of the design happens. Additionally, the quality assurance team checks the materials thoroughly. This is to ensure that the raw materials are of the best quality. Then goes to production process. This encompasses the majority of the activities pertaining to the manufacturing process of industrial valves. Each major components are made individually. Often there is a checklist that entails all the names of the spare parts and what materials to use of each. It is at this point that the team leaders provides a timeline for actual manufacturing, from the start of the operation to the completion date. Also, the leader often draws up a detailed operational plan. Then next go to casting method. The cast method can be summed up by looking at the illustration. Note that this is not the complete process, but you know how the things are involved in the manufacturing process. First we see how to cast the body of the wall. An initial pre-shaped material cleaned. A turning process is done after cleaning. Turning is the method of removing excess material by cutting using a lathe or a turning machine. It involves attaching the pre-shaped body to an mount and turning machine. This machine rotates at a high speed. While it rotates, a single point cutter cuts the body into the desired and specific shape. Other than that, turning can also create grooves, holes, among others. The next step is to add a plating metal, usually copper, to different sections of the body. Copper plating ensures complete and proper sealing of the body. The next step is the polishing of the body. Then technicians create the threads that allow attachment of certain valve parts to other components or the pipes. Valves needs holes, so holing also happens after this. Take note that each valve has different hole sizes depending on the requirement. This is where regulations and standards come into play. Technicians then paint the valves with Teflon or other types of elastomer. After painting, baking ensures Teflon bonds with the body through baking. Then come to how to seat. The seat undergoes the same process as the body, since the seat is inside the body and as part of its wall function. For better sealing, it needs perfect fit to its attachment. Whereas the body only has Teflon, the seat has an additional rubber wrapping to ensure tight fitness. Then come to stem. As in the case of the stem, it does not need to have much manufacturing. Rather, cutting these in the right dimensions is important. Then go to forging method. The forging method can summarize it in this process. Similarly, the process only highlights what the forged method is. Cutting and forging. After the selection of the material, the next process is to cut them into required lengths and widths. The next step is to forge each part by partially heating them to a certain degree. Then go to trimming. In this step, this is where excess material or the burr is removed. Next, the body is flashed to mold into the right valve shape. Then sometimes we'll go for sandblasting is the next step. This makes the valve smooth and clean. The size of the sand used depend on customer requirement or standards. The valves are initially sorted out to remove the defective ones. Finally, it goes to machining. Further enhances the sizes and shapes of threads, holes and the likes again, depending on the design and the requirement of the customer. And finally, the valve undergoes some treatment of the surface using certain acids and other likes. So the first and final step is the assembly. Assembly is the phase where the technician attach all the valve components to one another. Oftentimes the assembly is done by hand. It is at this point that technicians assign the valve production numbers as well as the designation according to the regulations it follows, such as DAN or API and other likes. The final is after manufacturing these valves, then go to pressure test. In the pressure test phase, the valve have to undergo actual pressure testing for leakages. In some cases, air with 6 to 8 bar pressure fills the closed valve for a certain number of hours. It could range from 2 hours to a day depending on the valve size. If there is a leak after the time frame, valve repair happens, otherwise the valve will move on to the next phase of as packing. In other cases, leakage is detected through water pressure. If the valve does not leak as the volume of water increases, it passes the test. This means that the valve can withstand the increasing pressure. If there is some leakage, the valve returns to the warehouse. The technicians will check for leakages before performing another set of pressure tests to this batch of valves. And finally, inspection and quality control. At this point, quality assurance personnel would inspect the valve is manufactured thoroughly for leaks and other production errors. Take a look at this to see how this video to see how a ball valve is manufacturing. Finally, the water supply or industrial valve manufacturing process is a complex endeavor. It is not just a simple creation of the valve. Many factors contribute to this efficiency: raw material procurement, machining, heat treatment, welding, assembly. Valves should undergo rigorous tests to ensure proper functioning before manufacturing hand them over to the customer. One might ask, what makes a high quality valve? One of the determining factors for knowing high quality valves is the test of time. Long service valves mean they are of good quality. On the other hand, when the valve shows internal leakages, chances are the manufacturing methods employed are not within the required standards. Typically, better valves can last up to 5 years, while the low quality ones can only last up 3 years. In this manufacturing process, how the valves are molding, pre-bodies or casing are different types, whether it is cast iron or ductile iron. The material before casting, the molds are prepared, male and female molds. Then the raw material melted in furnace and then casted in molds. Generally, this type of manufacturing process no one see with eye or in publicity. This is one of the India's good quality manufacturing company in South India is visited, and I witnessed the quality and the process of manufacturing and what are the specifications required long lasting of the valve. Everything is checked in this factory. This is the how difficulties in manufacturing a valve. It involves lot of energy, financial and area and also technology. Nowadays, technologies are changing day by day, and the manufacturing process is very bulky and it involves different type of uh, processes. In this means this is the heaviest, biggest and robust process. You see this here, the how the cast iron means it's a manufacturing of pig iron and other chemicals like nickel, chromium, aluminum. All these raw materials are in their proportionates. We keep into the furnace. In the furnace, it is melted, and then after that melting, it go to casting. You see the how the process involved step by step was explained by the company employee. This is the very opportunity, good opportunity to see the this type of manufacturing industry in India, and it's a pride to the country. They are supplying different type of walls like air walls, gate walls, pressure walls, zero velocity walls for water supply, for gas, for liquid like oils and all this thing. This very rare video to see the process of manufacturing or casting of walls. Here in this company is manufacturing from 80 mm to 2000 mm die of the wall. It employs many people, technical, non-technically, and it creates exports, imports facilities to the government. So we are exporting this type of walls to many countries and earning the dollars. This gives the India's economy. So let's see end of this video. You will learn many things. You see it without skipping. Thank you.
Only image.
Only image.
My structure. Structure.
In whites, they show whites are any the type of.
The present available anyone? Service servicing?
Yeah, okay.
Looking for
Open it. Done. This is a tactilize. It's not varieties.
why it is the brightness only?
This is normal image. Is convert to the software. This analyze the readings. Total object, nodal count, nodal percentage, 91%. Mostly customer asks to 80% minimum.
Okay.
Now this only 91%.
Okay.
29 elements and also similar full spectrum. In case any spectrum, we use
Very lab is important. Designing the lab.
very interesting. Latest modeling for Switzerland. This also we have both this type of coupons. This
Okay. This coupon is some equipment already delivered.
deliver.
Now they can public can inspect, check the same proposition. Okay. Same version. DA walls also you have.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Same one road with
ఐఏఎస్ ఉంటుంది కదా వాళ్ళు బ్యూరో ఆఫ్ ఇండియన్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ చెప్పి
చేస్తారు సార్ మనం అడిగితే యాక్చువల్లీ మన మెటీరియల్ కంపోజిషన్ అనేది ఆ రోజు ఇస్తారు శాంపిల్ వాళ్ళు టేక్ ద శాంపిల్ పీస్
కోర్ కటింగ్ లాగా
Yes.
కట్ చేసి ఇచ్చి
when the party coming to inspection that time you will show the composition.
All the returns of NS documents and samples. It means not only
What you have accreditation? What accreditation you have? Accreditations.
as per the Indian standard.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So laboratory never accredited.
Oh no. Yes, sir.
from porosity. If it is the porosity, then it is okay. This one.
This is not
Porosity
okay.
absorbed means here you have porosity.
Yes,
It is
like
black
that,
holes.
like black holes.
Black hole.
ISO certificate.
C-type flake intrusion.
Enable is
Flake size. Big
Flake size, big size. This 4 to 6 samples.
ISO certificate is there.
And there is a
Decide this grade.
Okay. Your own.
We take the Indian standard, then some parameters change.
So you are chemical engineer or mechanical?
I'm chemical.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the questions. They explained everything.
Thank you.
Let them know what's the process.